Okay, so let's get right into the build. So now we're basically just gonna build the first layer of our melon and pumpkin farm. You're gonna get your two dirt, and it's gonna be pretty simple. All you have to do is place dirt, dirt, like that. Now, what we're going to make our collection system. So, what we're gonna do for our collection system is we need our minecart with hopper, our rail, our hoppers, and our chest. So, with that, what we're gonna do is the wait. Well, first of all, I'm gonna break the stone block, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna temporary block, break this temporary block, and then place our rail and take some more blocks. These aren't included in the materials list, but they should be pretty easy to get because they don't have to be building blocks. So now you're gonna go block there, and you're gonna go temporary block, block, break this block, and temporary block, block, break this block. So now what you're going to do actually is you're gonna break this rail, and you're gonna go temporary block, and then you're gonna take your chest and you're gonna place it here. Obviously, you can expand this storage system so that it can hold more items that are being produced in the farm. So now what you're gonna do is you're going to get your hoppers, and you're gonna go shift place if I can do this here. And now what you're gonna do is gonna go up a little bit, and then you're gonna shift place a hopper, break this block, go to the back of the farm, and shift place a hopper here. Now, obviously, if you're in survival, all this doesn't apply. You just dig down and then place your hoppers in your minecart rails, and you wouldn't even need the dirt. But I just prefer to build it in the sky so I can build it multi-layer easier. So yeah, if you want to build this farm multi-layer, then I'd recommend using this design. So now you're gonna shift place a hopper like this, like that, and make sure that the nozzles are pointing towards the chest. As you can see, in this case scenario, they are. So now what you're gonna do is you're going to go get your glass, and you don't have to use glass. Obviously, you can use a building block, but we just think glass looks nicer. So temporary block, block, break this block, and now go to the other side, go temporary block, block, break that block, temporary block, 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 break this block. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna temporary block, block, break this block, temporary block, block, break that block. Now, the reason we're leaving that gap is so that if you want, you can just AFK and plant seeds while AFKing. So now basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to take a temporary block and place it here. And now go get your observer, which you're going to get. And by the way, the reason we're using observers for this farm is because then the observers can just observe, and it's a lot more efficient than using a redstone clock design. But if you would like me to show one, I can obviously show one. So place an observer like this, make sure the red eye is pointed towards you and the arrows pointing towards you. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go temporary block, break this block, and now what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna place another temporary block and break that block. And now you're gonna go get your dispensers and okay. So actually no, not your dispensers, your piston. I just messed it up. Your piston. So you're gonna need. And now you're gonna go down. You're gonna go here. And now you're gonna go shift if you're building in the sky. And now shift, place a piston. Go over here. You're gonna try to want to get in there. If you can't, obviously you can break this glass block. Or if you can't place it from here like this, you can go to the back of the farm and try and place it. But I think it's just easier like this. So now break the temporary block, and now you're gonna go what temporary block. Good, and now you're gonna get your building block, which I have to come and get. Actually, yeah. So yeah, I'll just use this building block for now. And now with this building block, what you're gonna do is you're gonna place a building block here, and now you're going to go get your redstone. So let me just see. I think, by the way, if you have an ender chest, I believe if you break it and replace it, it'll still have the items that it had in it. This is my first time using ender chest. Yeah, so you're gonna go get your 2 redstone, and I'll get my building blocks. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to go to the part of the farm that's behind the dispenser and observer. Redstone, redstone, redstone. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna place your 2 building blocks, and then if you're able to, you can use the hitbox and do this. But if you're not, you can just build temporary block, then break the temporary block. So now what you're basically gonna do is you're gonna go to the side of the farm and place temporary block, break the temporary block, and temporary block, break the temporary block. So now we're basically almost done. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your glowstone, and actually you're going to get your bucket of water, and with the bucket of water what you're gonna do is that you're going to go up and you're going to take your building blocks and the go block, temporary block, block, temporary block, block. And then if you want to save resources, you can break these temporary blocks. So now you're basically almost done. So actually what you're going to do is you're going to break this block, quickly take get your water, replace it, and then do that. Now the water should be enclosed. So now actually what you're going to do is you're going to break this glass block. You're gonna place temporary block, then break the temporary block. This glowstone will provide light. So now you're basically done with the first layer, right? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you how this farm operates. So it's optional if you want to expand this. So basically, now you're probably wondering, I actually did some calculations wrong. Now you're like, how could you do calculations wrong? I just did. So you're going to actually break your piston and your observer. And what you're going to do is you're going to flip flop them. So take your piston, place it on the behind the block where the hoppers are, like this. The hoppers are right below. And now, if you want to do bone meal, you can switch this. And by the way, you don't have to use glass. It's just good for the looks. So if you want to use building blocks instead of glass in this purpose, you can totally do that because, again, the glass is optional. So I'm just gonna do a quick repair of this farm. So what you're basically gonna do is you're gonna have a block, boom, 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 boom. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go get your observer again and you're going to basically place your observer on the opposite side of this. So now actually what you're gonna actually want to do, if you made the mistake like me, I just goofed off a little bit, you're gonna want to go in here, place an observer, go in here and make sure the red eye is facing towards you. I mean, not towards you, towards the redstone. So then it will power the redstone. Now, actually, what you can do to make this easier is you can go above and can break this block, and you can go down and don't do that. And now what you can do is you can somehow get an observer in here. Okay, this is going to take me a while. I don't know why I'm so. Okay, finally that happened. So now basically you're almost done. So what you're just going to do is you're going to actually break this block. Good. And you're going to get your redstone again if you broke that block. Now you're basically done with the actual farm part. of course, I'm going to build more layers. You don't have to, but just do that. And I believe this will take an extra glass, but if you want, you can place a block there, a glass block there, and then place a building block because glass allows redstone to go through it. So basically, you're done. So just get your hoe and your seeds, melon or pumpkin. I'd recommend using melon, but then again, pumpkin seeds are good for making pumpkin pie. So if you're trying to farm pumpkin pie, then pumpkin seeds, obviously. Now, if you'd like to release me to release egg farm, can totally do that. It's a super simple farm. So yeah, basically what you're just gonna do is you can stand here and basically, okay, something's wrong. I think, yeah. Okay, you might actually have to break this block. Oh, so you actually first, I am so stupid. I have to I have to hoe these two blocks. And then you take your melon or pumpkin seeds. And it'll basically fire at first. And now you can replace the glass if you want. It's optional. I'd recommend doing it. So if you're AFKing and just placing seeds, you can do that. I can just show you how you'd AFK. You just hold down right click and say this seed. It would plant another seed. Yeah. So basically, you would just AFK like that. Of course, you would not break the dirt block. You would hold right click. I was just getting really impatient with the dirt because it was not growing. So, and actually, you don't even have to AFK with the seeds in your hand. You obviously can, but it would be useless. What you should do actually is if you have an infinite bone meal farm, what I'd recommend doing is have a dropper right above you, and then it would drop bone meal, and then your bone meal supply would keep getting replenished as you just kept point. If you planted a seed here, and I can actually show you how to AFK here. You get some bone meal. Bone meal is optional, it was not included in the materials list, but obviously, if you have an extensive supply of bones, then I totally recommend doing it. So, basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna plant your seeds, you're gonna get your bone meal, and just keep holding down right click or install an auto clicker. So yeah, just keep holding down right click. It's not as self-sufficient. If you'd like me to produce a fully automatic, I can totally do this. This is just so that it's easier to bone meal. There's obviously other bigger designs that you can use. So I think that is Bryce out. Yeah, I'm trying to make this grow. So actually, if I know how I can make this grow. So I can slash set, or no, I think it's slash random. If anyone can show me how to change their random tick speed, I would love it. But, and also the seed to this world, I do not know why you'd want it. But the seed to this world is this. I can put it down in the comments. Basically, the seed to this world is 27800610691. 6529178 2. So, bye. I really hope you like this video. So, see you later. Today, what you're looking at is a really great melon and pumpkin farm that's really simple and that you can build in your own world easily, and it only requires one observer, so that's really easy. So how it works is you can basically just AFK here. You can plant bone meal, and this observer will detect the pumpkin growth. I can just demonstrate. Say that thing grew a pumpkin right here. Actually, no, that wouldn't work. But anyway, if this detects that, I don't know how many it is here, but to if so, when if you can see, just a second. So yeah, that does something. So if you can see, okay. Well, once this this once just a second, I can replant that dirt. I am sorry, I'm having a very hard time today. So if I just uh, do this, so this block right here that I'm pointing to, a block. Look at you. The block that I'm pointing to right here, this seed, it will grow a melon, or yeah, in this case, yeah, I believe it'll. This works growing in pumpkins. It will grow a stem right here, and then basically the observer will detect this seed's growth, meaning that this piston breaks the melon and pumpkin. And the reason this works is because under here there's a minecart hopper that can collect the item. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what we're going to be building this episode.